Hi everyone, this is Ann Clemmer and Stamper Dog from stamperdog.com. We're just really happy to share with you a little fun card that doesn't have to go out for kids. You may have seen it before, but let's show you how this one's just a little bit different. For one thing, the greeting. My thoughts are happiest when you're in them. Who wouldn't want to get that? So anyway, we're going to start off with two scallop circles from the Big Shot. They're already done, but here's how we did it a little bit different. We use the new Stampin' Up! Simply Score It tool. And it's great because, especially when you're going to do a lot of these, if you were going to use them for like a kid's birthday party or something, that would be great, because these markers just make the tool. Push the scallop circle up against this side, up against that side, and I've marked it probably about 7/8 of an inch. But the trick, what we found out, was you don't need to push really hard. If you push really hard, you're making the process harder for you. So that's a big thing. And then always make sure to put your tool away. So anyway, here, now we've got it to where it's got a little fold in it. And I could use a bone folder, but it's scored pretty well, so I think we're doing fine. Now I'm going to use some Tombow Mono Multi, our liquid glue, and you're going to put it on here. You don't need necessarily a lot, but you don't want to go up towards the edges really well. Just more close to the fold. And now I'm going to line these up, put them together, and just put that off to the side while I go and work on the face. Try to get it as even as possible all the way around. So we're going to start off with those eyes, those little googly eyes. It's a 1-inch Stampin' Up! Circle punch. I have the old one because when it breaks, then I'll get a new one. And then, of course, he's got to have some pupils, so this is the 1/2-inch circle punch. Same with this. Eventually I'll get another one. It's nice to have all the punches. There we go. That was a 1/2 inch. So now for the 1 3/8, because I think Elmo has a big nose, doesn't he? Now, if you want to sponge his nose for a little bit dimension, that's great. Or if you don't want to sponge it, make it clean and simple, that works too. You know, I'm just not a heavy sponger. I don't know, I think I was behind the door when they gave that gift out. I did this with our stamp club last night, and they had some beautifully sponged noses, and for me, not so much. But a lot of people want to put the adhesive on this small little black thing. Well, you know, I'm sorry, but it's so much easier if you just put a little dab of the glue here and then drop the pupil where you want it. And that's a whole lot easier. And as long as you don't put too much glue on it, you have, whoops, see, look at, I almost did it right there. It's just habit. We always want to put the adhesive on the smaller part, and that's not necessarily the easiest way to do it. If you don't want them to look too goofy, you just try to get them as evenly matched as possible. Now, I bet you were wondering how I did this little mouth. And this is it. I took the large oval punch, and then when I cut it out, I could have cut it straight across, but instead I started it at halfway, and here, let me put something white underneath here so it's easier for you to see. Notice that new die, and all I did was I just kind of dipped it down a little bit. It doesn't have to be even, because if you looked at mine, it's not really even. It's handcrafted. See, it's not exactly even, doesn't matter. We're having fun. Okay, so now I've had this for a little while, and it should be fairly dry. So how I got the funny hair was I took this already glued together and I laid it down on the die, and I put some white here so it's a little bit easier for you to see. And I'm showing you a still picture right now so that you can see how it looks. Or at least have a better idea of how it looks. And the more even that you get it lined up on those hills and valleys, the better it's going to be. Then I'm going to put the cutting pad on top. See, now this time it looks a little bit different because I didn't have it exactly even, but it looks pretty cool, I think. Now, look at. Now, here's the trick. If you're doing this at a class or at a party with your friends, you want to make sure and take off all those little bits before the next person comes up or you make the second one, only because you don't want those getting stuck down in your die, if you can help it. Now, in order to get this on here evenly, the best, now see, here's the back. I opened it up like this because that way I know which way it's going to open when I put the face together. The other way, if you could also open it sideways, that's fine too. So I'm going to put the eyes on first. I like to start with the eyes because that's really where the character starts. When we made them, it's funny because everybody puts it together just a little bit differently, and even though they all have the same parts, they all look a little bit different, and we were making captions, and that was fun. Now when you're putting the mouth on, I do kind of like him with it going kind of sideways. It almost looks like, oh, we're taking off. I did put just a line of glue because it just is a whole lot easier. Just a small line. Considering that I don't like glue, I use this an awful lot. The right adhesive for the right project really makes a difference. There we go. And of course, a little dimensional. There he goes. He's just a little happy guy. And of course, if you want to make it for somebody who's a little bit older, you can always say, cheers, way to go. So there you have it. It's Elmo for the adult world.
That tickles.
I don't know. I never got my Elmo until I was older, so, well, at least I was over 6. This is Ann Klemmer and Stamper from Stamperdog.com. Come on over and stamp with us soon.